Continuing our conversation from yesterday, we're going to keep looking at more complex one-step equations. Starting with the first problem on the left, if this is plus 6.1, to get rid of it, we would have to subtract 6.1. Then I'm left with x equals. I would do negative 6.1 or subtract that. If we have the same signs, you add like normal, so I would get negative 6.8. Now we have the variable part of the fraction. That means this is a division problem. To undo that, we would have to multiply, and I'm going to multiply by 6.5, negative 6.5. I used my calculator earlier. Negative times negative is positive. When I multiplied those two numbers together, I got 20.8. Now I have a number, even though it is a decimal, attached to a variable. That means multiplication. To just solve that, I need to divide. So I'll divide by 1.6. Negative divided by positive is negative. 5.2 divided by 1.6. If you do that on a calculator, you get 3.25. Remember, it is always the top number divided by the bottom number. Top divided by bottom. The difference between this math problem here and this math problem here, the variable is in the fraction here. On this one, the variable is next to the fraction. Therefore, this is a multiplication problem. That's a division problem. So to undo this, we would have to divide by 2/3. 2/3 divided by 2/3 is 1. So I'm left with 1x. Then I would have to divide by 2/3. And we talked about briefly yesterday, when you are dividing by fractions, you would multiply by the reciprocal. Notice I flipped it upside down. Top times top, negative 36. Bottom times bottom. And then I would simplify if I can, and I get negative 18. You may use your calculator, and we would use the ABC key. I made that square far too small. If I was going to use my calculator to solve this one, I would do negative 12. Remember, the negative sign is next to the decimal point. It's different than the subtraction sign. Negative 12 divide by 2 ABC3, hit equal. I'll say that again. Negative sign next to the decimal point on your calculator. Negative 12 divide by 2 ABC3, hit equal, and you should get negative 18. The same thing on this one. This is a fraction, but the variable is written next to the fraction. So I would divide by negative 3/4, divide by negative 3/4. So x would equal negative 60 times negative 4/3. I took the reciprocal. Top times top. Bottom times bottom. And then reduce. Whoops, I'm sorry. A negative times a negative is a positive. So I would end at positive 80. If you are going to use your calculator, the negative sign by the decimal point, 60, divided by negative 3 ABC 4, hit equal, you should arrive at 80. What I would like you to do, pause the video and do the math problems in the right-hand column. We'll come back in a few moments and compare answers. Show all your work so we can see if we do the same or different things. Pause the video. Thank you for pausing. I'm just going to slide the pause card down as we go. For the first one, I added 4.2 to each side and got 17.9. For the second one, the x is part of the fraction, so I know it's a division problem. To undo that, I would have to multiply. So I multiplied both sides by 5.4, and I got negative 36.72. This one, again, number written next to a variable means multiplication. So to undo that, I divided, and I ended at negative 6.375. This one, I have a fraction, but the variable is not in the fraction, so that means it's multiplication. So I divided. When I was done, I ended at negative 25. You can do reciprocal, like I did here, or the ABC key, where I would have done 10 divide by negative 2 ABC 5. Again, this one is just like it. It has a fraction, but the variable is not part of the fraction. So I know I need to divide, and you would do 32 divide 5, ABC 6. Again, I'll say it again, 32 divide by 5, ABC 6, and you should get a solution of 38 and 2/5. Please glue or tape this in your notebook.